From afar she watched her husband leaving a motel, and goes towards the car with a lot of anger, hitting and asking him to stop and get off the car. He gets out of the car asking her to calm down and not to make a fuss, but to no avail, she starts yelling and her husband always went out with his friends and never took her. And one day he was going out and she asked him if he would go out again. So he says yes and asks what's the problem with going out. Soon she questions that he goes out every day, that he never takes her or at least calls her. Then her husband asks her to please understand him, because there will only be guys there and he doesn't want to take her either. She tries to convince him by saying that she only stays at home, and that he never invites her to go out with his friends. Then he says that this is his problem, because she doesn't need to be demanding towards him about taking her out. He shows her the clothes on the bed and says that she hasn't even put them away yet. And then she says that she already cleaned up the house and washed the clothes. All that's left to do is put away the clothes. And even though she insists on going, he doesn't accept, and leaves the room saying that he is going out and that she is very annoying. 2 days later, her husband was leaving the house, so she asks once again where he was going, and if he would go out just one more time. And taking a deep breath, he says that he had not spoken before because he has a lot of things to deal with, but that is going to have a barbecue with the company staff. She insists and says she will get ready quickly, but he says he doesn't want her to go, which make her ask if the wives of his friends will go. Then he says that the wives of his friends are going, but that he cannot take her because she only walks messy, never puts a nice outfit, and that he would never take her like that. Sad, she asks him why he treats her this way, and that a few days ago he has changed completely, but he says that nothing has changed, and that in fact it is a matter of notion, that he would not arrive with a woman like her wearing the clothes she wears. Then she replies that she is his wife, that he can't walk alone, because he is not single. And without patience he asks her to leave him alone, and asks her please not to bother him, and that she is being very annoying lately. She then talks to herself, saying that she doesn't know why her husband is treating her like this, that he only says mean things to her and treats her with ignorance, that she doesn't deserve this, then goes back to sweeping the house. The next day, he was having breakfast when his wife arrives greeting him, walks up to him and leaves a kiss on his cheek, notices something strange but asks if he did not put tablecloth for her. Then he replies that he was busy and forgot. His wife leaves and comes back with a tablecloth, and starts asking him how he is and how his day was, because lately they don't sit down to talk anymore. He just answers that everything is fine, thank God. Then she asks how was the company party, and he rudely replies that it was good, leaving her speechless with his ignorance. Then she asks if they can go out this weekend, but he answers no, because he is busy, with a lot of company work and no time to spend. His wife then says that she thought about what he said to her, that she really is a mess, and that she will try to be more tidier, she will buy new clothes and go to the beauty salon, and that she will try to be tidier in order to please him. Then he replies that it would be a dream, too bad it's a little late for that now. Taking a deep breath, his wife says that she really doesn't understand, because she questioned her that she should tidy up more, and now he is saying that it is too late. He tries to change the subject, and at this moment his phone rings, making his wife ask who it is, so he says that it must be someone from the company asking him to do something. The woman then tells him to answer it, making him lose his patience and yell at her, asking if she will not stop talking, because he is out of patience with her, and angrily he says he will answer. He answers, and on the other end is his mistress asking if they will meet today. Then disguisedly he answers that he will, as if he were talking to someone from the company. The mistress asks if he will take her to the same motel and says he can't forget to bring a gift too, and he just said yes. When he finishes, his wife asks who it was, so the husband replies that it was from the company to warn of a meeting. She asks him what day this meeting will be, and he replies that it is next week, but he is not sure. His wife finds everything strange, and says that lately he has been working too much, and again he gets stressed and says that she should stop making him impatient, and asks if she is not realizing this, and says that he will leave because he has already lost his hunger. When he leaves, she starts saying that she doesn't know what to do anymore, and there is probably something strange going on, because her husband was not like that, and quite determined she said that she will clean up for him. Later, while the wife was doing the dishes, she noticed that someone was calling her, and she dried her hands to see who it was. She realizes it was an unknown number, but decides to answer. On the other end was a man saying that she does not know him, but has something to talk, leaving her curious. Then he says he just saw her husband enter a motel with another woman. Not believing him, she says it must be a mistake, because he is working, and the man replies that he even took pictures and will send to her. But the wife does not believe him and says she is tired of receiving prank calls, and ends the call saying she has no time for that. She goes back to washing the dishes, but soon her cell phone receives a message. And when she picks up the phone to see what it was, she is quite surprised by the picture she received. Her husband really was entering a motel with another woman. By the pictures she can recognize that that was his car. And crying she says she doesn't know how he had the courage to do this to her, and angrily says that will not stay like this, that she will put an end to it now. An hour later, the two are leaving the motel talking about what they did inside, and how perfect that whirlpool was, so she says that they had a great time today, and that he should bring her there more often, and that she can't wait for him to leave his wife, so he says that one day he will leave her, but that they should enjoy the moment now. Outside, his wife was already hiding waiting for him, and when she noticed the car leaving the motel, she runs to him and screams to stop the car, telling her husband to get down. The husband asks what is it, and the woman screams that he is cheating on her and who is the woman in the car. The man asks the mistress to get back in the car so as not to generate more problems, and the wife asks why he did this to their marriage, and that she was still thinking that it was her fault, because she was messy. Her husband asks what she was doing there, and who told her that he would be there. And already out of patience, he says that he is tired of it all, that she doesn't clean up after herself, that she never worries about herself, and that he is tired of her, because she is dirty, ugly, that he can't even look her in the face anymore, that her hair is ugly and dirty. He starts shouting for the whole street to hear, calling her horrible things and humiliating her in every way we can imagine. She says that she would take more care of herself for him, but that now she won't anymore because he has broken up their marriage, so he says that he is actually disgusted with her, and that he wants a divorce as soon as possible. Then she screams saying that she doesn't want him to set foot in her house and that he can do whatever he wants, and without patience he yells at her, throwing her out of there, and she leaves saying that he will be sorry. At that moment she lost her ground. She was disappointed with her husband, and still blamed herself for everything. But what she couldn't imagine was that this would happen. 2 months later, the woman is talking on her cell phone to her friend, saying that it was great to go out with her, and that thank God she now has the whole house to herself, she can rest, then says goodbye to her friend saying that she will schedule another trip later. And when she enters the house she is surprised to see her ex-husband inside, so she asks what he is doing there and how he got in. Then he asks if is everything okay with her. She just answers yes, but she is not understanding what is going on, and he explains that he still has the key to the house and that she knows it very well. Then he says that if she didn't change it, it is because she wanted to see him again. She asks him to speak up and leave. Then he says that he actually meant that he didn't value her back then, and that he regrets everything he did to her, and wanted to apologize to her. He realized that now she looks so beautiful and neat, and that's why he decided to come to try a second chance with her, to go back to what they were before and live together. That he also brought a surprise and prepared what is on the table, and asks what she thought, and if she would give him another chance. She crosses her arms and says that she can't believe she is hearing this, that he thinks she will forget everything he did to her, all the humiliations, by bringing a small bouquet of flowers, and that he said it was her fault, and that in fact he was the coward in the story. He asks her if what he did is really of no value, and that he brought her a flower with all his heart. Then she takes the flowers and says that the funny thing is that in all that time he had never bought one, and says that she will not want it now, and that this flower won't erase everything he has done to her. She says that she doesn't want to see him, that it won't be flowers, or drinks, or candy that will make her go back with him, and the only thing she wants is for him to disappear from her life, and that he doesn't come back to her house, because the next time she will call the police on him. In all humbleness he asks for forgiveness and says he is sorry, and asks for a chance. But she says she only feels sorry for him, because now it's too late, and says that now he should stay with that woman from the motel. Again he apologizes, because he didn't want to bother her, but she doesn't accept and throws him out of her house, asking him never to go back there. As he leaves, she throws the flowers away, saying she doesn't want anything that is his, and then closes that door in a very angry way. Appreciate it while you have it, because after you lose, there are no flowers, chocolates, or desperate messages that will make her want to come back to you.